All right, today we're going to look at Unit 2, Lessons 8 and 9. We're going to cover two lessons in one section today. It says, what happens to the ends of the graph as x gets larger in the positive and negative directions? So we're concerned with what happens to x on the ends of it, not in the middle of the graph, but on both extremes. So let's start with y equals x plus 1. Well, we know what that looks like. We've graphed that before. Okay, so y equals x plus 1. We know that that plus 1 is called our y-intercept. So if x is 0, y is 1. So it's going to cross at 1 on the y-axis. And we've seen that graph before. We've done that before. That's an Algebra 1 kind of thing. Okay? So as we go to the positive side, as x gets positive, it's going to go up. Okay, so as we go to the negative side, as x gets smaller, this graph is going to go down. And if we draw a quick sketch, here's our axis, it's going to look something like that. Okay? Now, our next question then is, what happens if we have y equals x squared plus 1? That exponent gets bigger. So we're going to try that. So x squared plus 1. So again, we're going to expect it to cross at y equals 1, because that's our constant. And let's hit graph. So it makes this U shape. So we got a quick sketch here. Okay, crosses at 1. Okay, so as x gets bigger in the positive direction, as we go to the right, it goes up. As we come to the left, it goes up also. Okay, it goes up on both extremes. Okay, so then the next question is, what if we go to x to the third? Okay, so let's try it. Y equals x to the third plus 1. And we're going to hit graph. Okay, so this one, again, it crosses at 1. If that x was 0, it'd still cross at 1. Okay, so still know it's going to cross at 1. And it goes down to the left and up to the right. So it goes up on the positive side, and it goes down on the negative side. So it looks something like, just do your best here, something like that. Okay, so again, the next question then is, what if that exponent gets bigger? So we got x to the fourth plus 1. So let's graph it and see. Y equals x to the fourth plus 1. Okay, so it looks very much like x squared. It's just got this big flat spot in the bottom of it. Okay, so, and again, it crosses exactly at 1. So it's kind of flat and it goes up on both sides. So it goes up to the right and it goes up on the left. So as x gets bigger and bigger in the positive direction, so does y. X gets bigger and bigger in the negative direction, so does y. Well, let's see what about happens if we go to the fifth power. So let's graph it. Okay, so it looks very much like x to the third, except again, it's flatter right there where it crosses. So we got y equals x to the fifth plus 1. So it goes up as we go to the right, and it goes down as we go to the left. Okay, so there's positive 1, so it's kind of flat, and it goes up, kind of flat, and it goes down. Sort of like that. I kind of exaggerated that a bit. Okay? All right. So here's what I want you to catch. Okay? Notice the exponents. We got x to the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay? We're looking for a pattern here. Notice x to the second and x to the fourth. both go up in both directions. That is even. Okay. Notice x to the first, third, and fifth, that's odd. Okay. And they go up to the right and down to the left, all of them. Okay. That's always going to be the case. We're always looking for that even odd pattern. Okay. All right. And another way to think about this, okay, if you think about this, this just makes sense. If you put a positive number in here for x and you take it to the third power, multiplying 3 positives is going to give you a positive number. So it's going to go up. It's going to go in the positive direction. If you multiply 3 negatives together, so we're going to the left side of 0, 3 negatives multiplied together gives us a negative number. That would force it to go down. Okay, so we don't really have to memorize a rule. We just have to reason our way through it. All right, so the next thing is, what happens when the leading coefficient becomes a negative number? So let's consider y equals negative x plus 1. Okay, so negative x plus 1. So it actually just flips this the exact opposite direction. So it still goes through positive 1, and this time it goes, oop, I kind of missed. We'll make our dot bigger. Okay, so it goes, as x gets bigger, that negative makes it go down, or negative. And as x goes in the negative direction, if I put a negative in there and then take the negative of it, a negative times a negative becomes a positive, so it's going to go up. Okay, so let's try y equals the opposite of x squared plus 1. So y equals negative x squared plus 1. My graph. So that just took what we had up here and it flipped it upside down. Okay, so still going through that positive 1 because that's our constant. So it goes down in both ways. And if we think about that, a positive times a positive is a positive. So a positive number squared gives us a positive, that's up. And then we take the opposite of that, so that's down. A negative times a negative would go up, that's positive. And then we take the opposite of that, that would go down. So really all we're doing is counting negative signs. So if we think of y equals the opposite of x cubed plus 1, I think we probably know enough now. We realize it's going to go through 1, and it's just going to switch this backwards. So it's going to go 3 negatives, or 3 positives would be positive, and then we take a negative, that's going down. So it's going down to the right. And then 3 negatives would be negative times another negative would be positive. It's going up to the left. Okay, so y equals x to the 4th. Take the opposite of that, plus 1. I think we've got a pattern going. So it's going to go through positive 1 because that's our constant. And it's going to be flat here at the bottom, or at the top now. And it's going to go down in both ways. So it's going to go down. Okay, and then y equals x to the 5th plus 1, and we have a negative coefficient on that leading coefficient, or a negative value on the leading coefficient. We're going to expect the opposite of what we had up above here. So I'm going to expect, it still goes through 1, 5 positives would be positive, times a negative would be negative, so it's going to go down. 5 negatives would be negative, times another negative would make it positive. It's going to go up, and it's going to have a flat spot there where it crosses. All right, that's really it for lesson 8 and 9. You're just talking about what happens on the ends. Now, I want to use that idea to help us think through this. Okay, this is the first problem on the homework for 8, and you'll see this when you get there. It says match each polynomial with its in behavior. Some in behaviors may not have a matching polynomial. So as x gets larger and larger in either the positive or the negative direction, f of x, that's the same thing as y, gets larger and larger in the positive direction. That means if I make a quick sketch, okay, as I go left or right, it goes up. So something like that. Okay, so that means I'm looking for an even leading exponent with a positive coefficient. So that means, now be careful here, this is not in the right order. There's my leading coefficient if I put it in standard form. Okay, so A is going to match to 1. Here, there's my leading coefficient. Okay, it's still not in the right order. It's an even exponent with a positive value for a coefficient. So that's going to go up on both sides. Here, x to the 4th power, that's my leading coefficient. It should have been written x to the 4th plus 9. Okay, so even exponent, leading coefficient is positive. Same thing. Okay, now this is an odd exponent with a positive coefficient. So I know this is going to graph. It's going to be positive as it goes to the right, and it's going to be negative as it goes to the left. So it's going to go like that. So we just got to interpret the right one. As x gets larger in the positive direction, f of x gets larger in the positive direction. Okay, so it goes up to the right. As x gets larger in the negative direction, f of x gets larger in the negative direction. Okay, so that means this is going to look like that, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, now we got to be careful with this larger in the negative direction. That means it's going to go down more. Okay, so it looks like we're after 2 for that one. Let's go ahead and interpret these other 2. So number 3 says, as x gets larger in the positive direction, f of x gets larger in the negative direction. So that one's going to go down on that side. As x gets larger in the negative direction, so as we come to the left, f of x gets larger in the positive direction. That's going to go up. Last one is x gets larger in either the positive or the negative direction. So going both ways from 0. F of x gets larger in the negative direction. That means it's going to go down both ways. Okay? All right, so I think that's kind of confusing verbiage there. But once we get a sketch, we're okay. All right, so A, B, and C both match 1. D matches 2. 3 and 4 aren't used. All right, good luck. Have fun on the homework.